Hello, everyone, and welcome to Opera 101. Opera 101 is for all ages, and it is where we show you some introductions into different parts of opera and what we do. Every day, Monday to Friday at 12:15, we do this. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about Recitativo. My name is Dean Buck. I am the assistant conductor and chorus master for Cleveland Opera Theater. So in opera, we have basically a drama, a story to tell, and we need to do this through singing, but we also need to make it dramatic and make it so we know the action that's happening. What composers do is they write a thing called a recitativo, which is basically half sung, half spoken. It started in the Baroque era, and Mozart really kind of perfected it. There are two types of recitativo. There is recitativo secco, or dry recit, and then there is recitativo accompagnato, or accompanied recit, and that involves the orchestra. Typically, recitativo secco uses just the harpsichord or the basso continuo, which in that day was usually a harpsichord and a bass instrument, either cello or a string bass. Some houses used a fortepiano, which was an early predecessor to a piano. In order to demonstrate how exactly composers do this, I figured we would take a subject that is kind of, relevant to us today and see how it works. So let's say I was having a conversation with my friend Domenico, and I was saying to him, Domenico, have you heard? Governor DeWine has issued a stay-at-home order. And he would respond, is it true? What will I do? Can I still go to the store? To which I would respond, you can get groceries, walk, go to the park, but when you get home, please wash your hands. How would we put that into an opera? Well, it's not rhyming, the text isn't that interesting, and it's not very emotional. So it wouldn't necessarily warrant an aria or a big composed duet. It's just a conversation. So we would probably use it, recitativo to convey this. And then our aria afterwards would be an emotional response that we were having to the drama. And that's usually how it's set up. The recitativo is the drama, and the aria afterwards is the emotional response to it. So I would write something like, Domenico, have you heard? Governor DeWine has issued a stay-at-home order. Now that's not particularly interesting, but that's how the composer would write it. In a recitativo, what the singers do is they have the freedom to stretch things to make it more expressive, make it more speech-like. We use the word parlando, which literally means speaking. So instead of just singing it super square like that, I would probably go, Domenico, have you heard? Governor DeWine has issued a stay-at-home order. And then he would respond, is it true? What will I do? Can I still go to the store? And it's not how it's written, right? It's written, is it true? What will I do? Can I still go to the store? But after 3 hours of that, we would all be extremely, extremely bored. So what we get to do as singers, as conductors, as coaches, as accompanists, is have some fun with it. Make it speech-like. So here is it as written, no inflection. Domenico, have you heard? Governor DeWine has issued a stay-at-home order. Is it true? What will I do? Can I still go to the store? You can get groceries, walk, go to the park, but when you get home, please wash your hands. No one wants to listen to that. But what we can do is have some fun with it. Domenico, have you heard? Governor DeWine has issued a stay-at-home order. Is it true? What will I do? Can I still go to the store? You can go groceries, walk, go to the park. But when you get home, please wash your hands. And then I would sing my aria about how I'm feeling, which could go something like, why must I stay home? I don't know what to do. I have seen all that is on Netflix. How about you? Etc., etc. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about recitativo, check our upcoming masterclass schedule, as I will be working with some young singers on how exactly to do recitativo, to sing it. Some suggestions. A lot of it is related to the language, and Mozart. Most of our recitativi are in Italian, and so there are some tricks in the language, and it's a really fun thing. A lot of people think recitativo is boring, and just that we have to sit through it to get through the really nice parts of the arias and the duets and the ensembles and the finale. But if it's done well, it can be such an interesting thing and an amazing thing. It's where a lot of the jokes are in opera. Rossini really perfected the timing, and even he actually didn't write most of his own recits. It was usually his assistant. Recitativo secco, which is the recitativo just with the continuo, kind of died out by the end of Rossini and Donizetti's time. By the time you got to Verdi, it was almost none being written. Everything kind of moved towards the recitativo accompagnato, where everything was in the orchestra. And even the more passive speech-like things were always accompanied by the orchestra, and the lines between recitativo and aria and ensemble got more blurred. In the 20th century, there was a little bit of a neoclassical resurgence of recitativo. Benjamin Britten used it a lot in his operas, and Stravinsky used it famously in The Rake's Progress as a kind of a neoclassical nod to the old recitativo secco style. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And Megan, I see you're asking what the day and time is that we'll be working on the recits. We're going to figure that out in a meeting, so it should be not tomorrow. It's not going to be today, but it could be next week or the week after. You can look on our website at clevelandoperatheater.org, and that will tell you when all things are happening. Please check back in for more Opera 101, and as always, it's been a pleasure, and thank you so much.